best in the 305 series in iRacing, hands down. The cleanest drivers, the baddest drivers, the fastest drivers are right here tonight. Here comes PJ Popham, really big run here. Here comes PJ Popham back to the top side of the racetrack. Ben Wart commits to the bottom. They're going to be really close, 2 laps to go. Here comes Popham now, bottom side of the racetrack. A little contact, but it's okay. White flags now on the racetrack. PJ Popham to the top side. Billy Hobart slides out side by side, coming down the backstretch for the final lap. PJ Popham takes it to the bottom. Out of turns number 3 and 4. PJ Popham will be your race winner. He has really closed the gap with your race leader of Kyle Vaughn. 3 laps to go, and Surrett is coming. Surrett on the top side, really working it really well here, coming out of turn. Green flag is out on the speedway. Brian Johnson gets a really good restart here, goes to the top side of the racetrack. He's going to look underneath it sideways. They're making big contact back there. Ben Wart got sideways out of that turn, stacked them up back behind. There were several guys that was able to get by. It looks like PJ Popham's going to take over your race lead. The back bumper of Surrett. So back to the bottom side. Flaro works the top side. It's about to go 3 wide there. Ooh, big move there from Troy Flaro. Troy Flaro makes a small area, makes it work. That battle is for third, and they are really battling on for that third position. That third position's $50 on the line. These guys want money, and they want money now. Byron Gay now on the bottom side. They make contact upside down. Byron Gay and Troy Flaro. Welcome into Studio 8. I am Ryan Griffith. I've got Steve Miller and Chris Miller with us. It's week 2 of Millertime Motorsports. How you guys doing tonight?
Awesome, Ryan. How you doing tonight?
Can't be better. It's week 2 and it's Millertime Sunday.
Yes, we're at Williams Grove, boys, tonight. Should be a really interesting race tonight.
Yeah, another big track, another fast track. We're going to see what's going to happen here. I know in the past Ben Wart has been tough, so I would expect his name to be right up there in the front. But hey, we got through week 1, and it took us a little while to get through some cautions, and then we had some great racing, and Jason Nygaard was able to pull out that victory.
Absolutely. It was a great week 1. Had a lot of fun. I think a lot of the drivers had a lot of fun too with the open qualifying. That was a new thing for this season, and we're going to continue that on through tonight here at Williams Grove. So it's going to be an exciting one. So let's talk a little bit about last week with Jason Nygaard pulling out the 305. He had the 410 out, and he was dominant in a 410, but we didn't really know how he was going to stack up in the 305. We've never seen him race a 305. But once again, he finds himself in victory lane like he does in the 410s. Were you guys surprised by that?
Yeah, I'd say I was. I mean, for sure. You come into this 305 series, man, there's so many guys. And the one cool thing about that open qualifying is you're watching all these times. I mean, we have 30-some people qualify. And if you go back and look at all the time splits or how close everyone was, I just knew there was going to be some cautions in this race because, but congrats to Jason on his win. I mean, didn't expect that. Didn't expect it, but it was nice to watch how he changed lines, throughout that race. It was pretty interesting there.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of surprised. I mean, here Jason was dominant in the 410s, ABR setups, comes over to the 305s. We're in a fixed setup. I wasn't sure how Jason would do. He was fortunate enough to start second there. Both first and second, Troy Flaro and Jason Nygaard both refused to take the front row challenge and run for that $25. But look, it paid off for both of them. Jason was first and Troy was second last week.
Yeah, and I say that I wasn't surprised, but maybe I should not have been surprised at all because
I mean, maybe it's just the name Jason. I think some of these drivers just need to change their name to Jason. Jason Randolph last year, very lucky throughout much of the season, not falling outside the top 5. And then here, boom, Eldora Speedway, another Jason puts it in victory lane. So some of these guys are probably changing their names. Their middle names is going to be Jason. So, guys, what do you guys think you're going to see here at Williams Grove? It's a big old track, probably one of our bigger tracks that we go to. Who do you think's going to come out on top here? Or who do you think some of the top contenders are going to be without giving away some of your picks tonight?
Yeah, I'm not giving away no picks, but you can't. Ben Wirt is going to be amazing here tonight. He should be. He always is when he races here, and he's got the number 5 pill draw tonight too, by the way. And everybody kind of tells you, they want that 5 to 8 range in the pill draw. Well, it's setting up for him tonight. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, looking at the pill draws, you got Sean Stevens right there at number 1. I think that's going to be pretty interesting. I mean, Steve, you mentioned Ben Wirt. That says enough. I mean, Williams Grove says enough for Wirt. So, Nygaard, last week's winner, sits there 10th in the pill draw. I think he could be a threat, and I don't want to give any of my picks away, so I'm not going to go any further than that.
Yeah, we talk about, because you just brought up Ben Wirt, and I have to talk about Ben Wirt in the summer series at Williams Grove. It was his to win. I mean, he had second lead, maybe even 2-second lead over second place, came up on lap traffic. There was a lap car that had spun in the track. He made a little bit of contact with it, and iRacing put him in second after that caution, which I think at the end of the race, I think we ended up rewarding him with first place points, but that was his race to win, and it was taken away from him. And I imagine he's back for redemption tonight here at Williams Grove.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I kind of forgot about that, Ryan, but you're right. I went back and watched that last season too, and I wish he would have spoke up, and we did award him with that, but that would have been his 3rd official win last season. We didn't award him with that. So if you throw that into play, man, he's been pretty dominant at Williams Grove over the course of Millertime Motorsports.
So was that Surratt that got the win because of that? And then too, was he the one?
Yeah, that's how he did. That's when he picked up his very first 305 win, was from that. And from that point, it was like it lit a fire underneath him and Double Deuce Motorsports to really start producing something in this 305 series. So those guys are not a sleeper either. Brian Johnson came home 3rd last week. Really, really strong for him. He started 7th, so he made his way up through the field. And then let's talk a little bit about Troy Flero last week. Troy Flero was really fast, and who would have thought coming out, he was late in the qualifying and was able to set quick time. But not only just quick time, but a new track record there at Eldora Speedway, lightning quick. Do you guys think that you'll see something like that out of Troy Flero tonight here at Williams Grove?
He's starting 21st tonight in the pill draw, okay? I don't think it matters with him. He's the fastest every week in qualifying, every week. So it wouldn't surprise me if he takes the pole starting 21st. But I mean, hands down to him last week, man. I mean, he was like one of the only guys from the start to finish, never moved off the bottom. So, man, what a long race for him down there, but he made it work.
Yeah. Chris?
Well, I'll tell you, Troy puts a lot of time into the time trial races. He's very fast out there. He was fast lapping the feature last week. So he's always going to be quick. I've already told Troy, but last week he started on the pole, so he finished 2nd. What I want to see Troy do is when he starts 8th or 9th and has to work his way through the pack and earn that victory. And being 21st, you never know. I mean, he could fall right there, but he also could catch the invert and be right there on the pole for the heat and take off from there. So who knows?
Yeah, so talking about guys that made some moves up through the pack and really made a big gain was Sean Stevens moved from 17th to 6th. He was a big mover, but also Warren Samoy 23rd to 9th place. Just barely was able to get into the show after some mess ups there in the heat. Didn't make the transfer, and then had just, it was a rough night for him, but it really saved it and came home 9th. He'll be one of the guys that we'll talk to here later on in the program, as well with Jason Nygaard and Troy Flair. We'll talk to those guys. So coming into week 2 now, you've got Jason Nygaard on top of the points right now. If Jason Nygaard plans to run all of the races, do you think he will be one that could be one to watch for the points?
Yeah, for sure. I think just from watching him last week, he's a very consistent driver, very smart driver. And here again, what Jason Randolph had last year was he could work his way through any pack if he had some bad luck in a heat. And I think Jason Nygaard is very similar in that aspect. I think he's the type of guy that's going to be a consistent driver week in, week out.
Chris?
Well, Ryan, technically, even though he didn't win last week, Troy Flair is on top in the points.
Yes.
So he is your points leader right now. But, however, Jason Nygaard, yes, I think, he kind of somewhat ran away with the 410 points last season, and it's hard telling what he could do in the 305s. And, it'll be neat to see if he does something from the back also or from the middle of the pack. I mean, just like I mentioned, he got the benefit of starting up front last week also, just like Troy did. And we'll see what he can do in the traffic of the 305s. But, I mean, you look at some of the names that are already back there in the, outside the top 10 in points. You're talking Randy Shreves, Givens, Larry Bell, Byron Gay. These guys were all right up there in the Jeff Flaro, Ben Wirt. They're all outside the top 10. So it's just a great league.
Yeah. I got one thing to ask you guys before we go over into interviews, and that is Zach Dykstra. That's a guy that I thought, man, he's going to be really good in his 305s. I still do. I still really do think so. But were you guys shocked at the struggles that he faced there in week 1 with Millertime?
Yeah, I mean, I am and I ain't. I mean, with this league, it's a tough league. I mean, you guys, we could go up and down this list this season. Just pick a guy and they might win. And when you're with that type of competition, I mean, anything can happen. And I mean, yes, Zach's going to have a good year, I believe. I think he's going to probably have a win, maybe 2. But as you guys know, to get 2 wins in this league this year is going to be tough for anybody to do.
Yeah. Chris?
Yeah, I mean, I was surprised. I think it's very possible that he rebounds, but I'm not sure what exactly happened to Zach last week, if he ran some bad luck or not. He's sitting 10th in the points. I think he finished 11th there, but I think he'll rebound and he'll be just fine. He'll be running right up there with the best of them.
Yeah, I guess I am a little bit surprised, but not really, because the guys that come over to officials that are dominant in there, they come into a league and they find out that, okay, these leagues are maybe a little bit better than the officials, even though you're stacked up in those top splits or whatever. You've got some really, really strong guys here in these leagues that come out week in and week out, and they don't want to miss because the competition is so great. And I know one word that I asked from Jason Nygaard was, why pick up the 305s versus the 410s? What made you bring it back out? He said one word was the competition. Competition is really big in the 305. So these guys are starting to learn that. Those guys that may have been dominant in their official races are coming over the leagues and they're not as dominant. So it'll be interesting to see what Zach's able to do throughout the rest of the season. It'll be one to watch for sure. So we do have Jason Nygaard, Troy Flaro, and Warren Samoy to talk to today. Let me see if we've got a few of these guys. We do. We've got Troy Flair and we got Jason Nygaard. Which ones would you guys like to listen to first? Take a pick.
Jason
Nygaard.
Roll it.
All right, we're going to bring Jason Nygaard in with us. See if Jason Nygaard, do you have a copy, sir? Do you have a copy, Jason? Jason Nygaard. Does look like he might be connecting a video.
Okay.
Maybe.
Give him a few seconds.
Sometimes that video is like tricky. Like everyone's like, "Oh, this is easy," and then they get in there and it's like, "Crap, my video is not working."
And he's probably sitting there watching the show and then like, oh shoot, they're getting me on right now. I ain't even
Not ready.
yeah.
You get my suit and tie on. No. Does not look like he's getting that connected. Jason, we're going to give you a few minutes to try to get that worked out. We're going to go on with Troy Flero, talk to him, then we'll get right back with you, Jason. So let's see if we can pull Troy Flero in here. Troy, do you have a copy?
Yeah, I do. Can you hear me?
We got you loud and clear. Troy, you had a really good week one. Finished second. It was lightning quick in qualifying after that first week. Did you enjoy yourself through the week off, and are you ready for tonight?
Oh, this week's been stressful. I'm not gonna lie to you. There, I had a couple transportation issues there. My monitor's blinking funny there because it got some transportation damage. So, figuring it out as we speak. But no, last week was really fun. I really enjoyed myself. Happy I was able to get a good finish.
So let me ask you about qualifying there. When you was able to set down a quick time and you was late in your session to go out, did you know that you was going to be able to put down a time like that to be quick time, but then also be able to set a track record?
I didn't know that time was still possible up there, but I knew I would have been pretty close. I'm just really happy I was able to crack that. Was it a 15-second or 14-second barrier mark?
Right.
But either way, yeah, I am a little surprised, to be honest with you.
So I think it was a really kind of cool example to all these other drivers. They're like, oh man, I'm going out late. I'm not going to have a good time. But you just proved that you can go out late and you can still be fast.
Depending on the track, I believe you can still be fast. Yep.
So today at Williams Grove, what do you think that you have for these guys here? I mean, there's some really good drivers here. One that we've been talking about is Ben Ward. This is kind of one of his tracks that we feel is probably one of his best tracks that he owns. What do you think you have for him tonight?
Listen, if Ben Ward owns the track, I mean, he's gonna have to do it more than just once. No, he's a good racer, and you know what? Anything can happen on race days, and it's hard to pass 305. So if you don't get a good starting spot, it's gonna be a real challenge to work your way up.
So right now you're the points leader coming out of week one into week two. What's it going to take for the remainder of the season for you to stay on top of that leaderboard?
Like I brought up last week, Ryan, I just got to keep my car clean, and that's my main focus this year is to keep out of wrecks, keep out of trouble, and I believe the rest will come just out of consistency and placement.
Steve, what do you got for him?
Troy, how you been, buddy?
Hey, Steve, what's going on, man?
Haven't talked to you this week a whole lot. So, hey, man, I'm looking at this pill draw here. We got your dad. He's starting 20th and you're 21st.
Mm-hmm.
What are the benefits to you starting later in a race like this?
Well, I just have to do what he doesn't do, because whatever he does is not going to work in his benefit, and I'll just make sure to capitalize on it. Yep.
You're so hard on him now. I didn't know if you're going to, how much watching other people's lines, as the Open's going on is going to help you tonight. And where do you predict yourself qualifying tonight?
Well, I always like to strive for at least top 5, but I'm very particular about my line on a nice track at Williams Grove. I don't want to give it away, but there's a specific line, and I hope that I can get it out there before the track gets too worn out.
Yeah. Well, hey, Troy.
Yeah.
Want to wish you good luck tonight, man.
Thanks, Steve.
And go get them. You never know. I figured you would have talked to your dad about working together a little bit here again, but here again, you guys are like enemies. It's funny.
Oh, he's not part of GSR. I don't need his help.
I didn't mean it that way.
What do you got?
No,
Chris?
I got you.
Well, I apologize. I missed most of the interview with technical difficulties there, so it connected just before, basically when you were done talking to him. But anyhow, Troy, you earned me 1 point last week. I was the only one that got a point in our standing, so I am now your points leader again. Won the championship last year, started off really bad, so I appreciate you getting me that 1 point. And I have a feeling You could possibly get me a point tonight, but well, I mean, what are you thinking? I mean, how are you feeling about it?
I guess it depends whether you picked me in your top 3, Chris. But I'm I can't get you any points if you didn't pick me. But I really do think Williams Grove, like any of these bigger tracks, are really I guess where I strive. I guess I can keep people away, but you can always lose time around corners when it becomes more slick. And I think I have something here. It's just I need to get a good qualifying in and hopefully do good in the heats. That's the biggest thing for me, man. But there's, like you said earlier, there's some guys that are really, really good here, and I'm gonna have to prove myself here, I guess.
Hey, so if you just qualify first, like you did last week, you don't have to worry about that heat race. Just to let you know.
Unfortunately, it's not very easy to do week on, week out. So
we'll definitely be keeping our eyes on you in qualifying after last week and that blistering time out there. So we'll let you go. Good luck to you at Williams Grove. We'll see you here in a little bit.
Thanks, fellas. Appreciate you guys.
Thanks. We'll see if we can get a hold of Jason Nygaard now. Jason, do you have a copy?
I got a copy.
We got Jason. There he is.
Hey, welcome to the show, Jason.
Jason, you had a awesome first week. You got yourself a win. We're used to seeing that name, Jason Nygaard, up front in the 410s, but it was interesting to see you up there in the 305s. What was it like after winning your first 305 with Millertime?
Oh, it was pretty emotional considering it was, I want to say it was the first race I did, I think this month.
Yeah.
Or I guess September.
Right.
And I didn't touch the sim because I've been having to go through my house and go through a bunch of stuff, and I've been kind of just burnt out and taking a break, and it's like this started up, and I was like, okay, I'll come back then. So, but I'm glad I got the first one out of the way.
Yeah, the first win is always the one, sometimes the hardest. I mean, some of these guys have been in the league, and it's took them several seasons to get their very first win, and here you pick it up in the very first one. Of course, you got to start on the front row, so that really helped you out a little bit. But let me ask you, if you're put back in the pack tonight, what do you think your chances are to come back through the field?
I would say it would depend on how slick the track will be. If it's really slick, probably maybe pretty good, but really difficult at the same time because of how Williams Grove tends to race.
Right. Steve, what do you got for him?
Hey, congratulations last week there, Jason. Nice finish on your first race in our 305s. But I heard one of the reasons you got into this or came back to the 305s was for the competition. You want to, how do you feel about our competition in this league?
It's pretty good. I mean, I've raced a lot of leagues. I've tried the pro qualifier about every year too, and it's pretty tough I think this season whoever wins the championship, they're definitely gonna earn it.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I think we're going to have an up and down season. Like last season was just basically a runaway with Randolph. I think this season it's going to be fun, guys. It's going to be up and down, I believe. But hey, man, congratulations last week, and wish you good luck tonight.
Thank you.
We got Chris.
Yeah, Jason, I just want to say congrats on that first win. But I got to ask, you came back to the 305s. I know you were very dominant in the 410s. So were you always dominant in the 305s? Because I don't have any stats on you in the 305s before this.
Not really, because the iRacing official series is fixed, and I usually tend to stay away from fixed setup because it's not really for me. I'm more the open setup guy, so I can set the car up like how I like it and whatnot. You guys did the 410 series, and I think that's why I was so good in those cars. But I jumped back down to see as the previous question was, to see how tough the competition was here, and it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, exactly. With the fixed setups, it's more about who's the better driver because everyone is running the same setup. You can't complain that the car is too tight or too loose or whatever, because everyone's having to deal with the same kind of car. So it goes back on the driving style, and you already proved there in week 1 that you know how to drive these things. So it's going to be definitely a fun one to watch you all season long. Throughout the season, what do you think your chances are going to be at taking home the title of the 305 champion?
Right now I'm just running it like week by week, and it's just because I'm just taking it because I'm just starting to get back into getting the sim racing back into my my routine because I was burnt out and was on a break. If I decide to run the full season, maybe pretty good, maybe top 3 in points or so, because I think whoever is gonna win it will probably have like 3, maybe 4 wins on the season.
Okay, that's interesting. My opinion is I don't know if somebody's going to win 3, but if they do, I think you're probably right. They're going to win the championship, but it's going to be tough. That's going to be tough to win 3 races with the competitions out here. Jason, it's been nice having you on the pre-race show. Good luck to you tonight at Williams Grove. Before I let you go, who would you pick to win tonight if you couldn't pick yourself?
Ooh. I would have to say, I haven't looked at the entries, but I would have to say Randy
Shreves.
Sleeves, I think.
Randy Shreves. Okay. Good pick. I like Randy. Randy's a good driver. Yep. All right. Good luck to you tonight, Jason. We'll see you at Williams Grove here in just a little bit.
Thank you.
Does not look like we have Warren Samoy in here, so I do want to talk about Warren Samoy from last week at Eldora. He did come from 23rd to 9th. Once again, I think it was in the summer season. This guy was always the guy that was the hard charger. He was always back there in the back, and he'd always make his run up through. And yet again, here at Eldora, he's the same thing, hard charger. And so do you think we'll see the same thing out of Warren Samoy tonight? You think he'll be starting deep in the pack and he'll have to work his way through?
I do think we're going to see the same thing tonight out of Warren Samoy. It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, I don't. Where's he start tonight in the pill draw, guys? You guys know that at all?
He's 13th. Unlucky 13.
You never know. You never know, man. If he can get himself a good qualifying tonight and get a good position in a heat race and then somehow make it through that, I don't know. But yes, if he starts in the back of the pack, yes, he's going to come through it.
Guys, you know what time it is?
Oh, it's got to be the picks.
It's got to be the picks. It's got to be the picks. That's the best part of the program. Everyone sticks around for what are going to be the picks for tonight. So we'll bring the grid across there. Who we picking? Lux Bar and Grill sponsoring these picks. We'll start with the number 3 spot. Everybody wants to know Chris's spot and where he's placed these guys because he won the championship last season. He's already off to a good start this season. He got 1 point. Everybody wants to know what is Chris's picks because he might be on to something. Chris, your number 3 pick.
Well, I'm going to tell you, my number 3 pick, I was kind of torn between some of these new guys. I think I'm going to stay away from them for a little bit longer. I just want to see what they can do. Jason Nygaard came to mind. Zach Dykstra came to mind. I mean, I was ready to pick one of them too, but I'm just going to hold on. We've got plenty of races and stats from Williams Grove to go with these guys that we've had in the league for a while. I'm going to tell you what, Troy Flair was fast. And last week he went out there and he had fast lap to begin with, started up front, finished second. He's their points leader. I think he's going 3rd tonight and he's going to get me another point.
I like it. I like Troy's pick. I mean, after what he did last week, it's hard not to put him inside the top 3 after last week. I mean, fast. Steve.
I got Ben Wirt. Ben Wirt, guys. Basically, it's a hometown race for him. He's awesome here. He's starting 5th in the pill draw. The guys, it should be him. I wouldn't be surprised if he wins this one. It's
interesting. You put him 3rd. You said you're not surprised that he could win this. It's Steve. But I'm
Steve.
interested to know
Steve.
who does Steve have in front of Ben Ward when he says that it wouldn't surprise him if he wins.
I mean, no kidding.
Interesting.
I don't know. It's me, goofy me. You know that. All right. Anyway, what you got, Ryan?
You tell me. What do you guys think I have
you.
as my number 3 pick?
I think you got Brandon Surt.
Hey, what? That's a pretty good pick. I think he might sneak Surratt up in there in the second, possibly. It was PJ Popham's birthday yesterday. He's got the 6 pill draw. I think Ryan's taking PJ Popham here.
Good luck, Chris.
Good pick. It's not my pick to this week. I hate to say it, but Chris, you're on to something. Definitely on to something with Troy Flero. Troy Flero is going to be third tonight. Very fast in week 1. Fast in qualifying. I think he'll be fast in qualifying again tonight. But when it comes to the feature, I don't think he's going to have enough for the 2 guys that I have in front of him. That's the only reason why I have him third. These other 2 guys are going to be faster than him. Troy Flero is number 3.
Good pick.
Chris, what do you got as number 2?
So my number 2 pick, and I looked this up earlier in the week, and I forgot to write down all my stats that I looked up, but I do remember seeing one stat. This guy went from 6th to 18th in one of our last races at Williams Grove. King Brandon Voiles is going to be your second place finisher tonight. I think there was another race that he ran really well in with us at Williams Grove, so watch out for King Brandon.
I like that pick because he's part of Double Deuce Motorsports, and that team's got it going on right now. And can't go wrong when you're picking the King Brandon Voiles. Good pick there. Steve, your number 2
all right,
pick.
Guys, this is where it's all going to get interesting for me right here. These next 2 picks.
I'm very interested.
I know.
Me too.
I'm telling you, this guy is due. I mean, he's just due, man. And I know he wants to show his son something. So I'm taking Jeff Flero, guys. He's starting back, not a good pill draw, but he'll get that. He's going to hit the invert perfect. And if you put him on the pole in this heat race, he's winning it.
Okay.
I got him as my second pick, guys. Jeff Flero.
I think you might be onto something there if he is starting up front, near the front of the pack. But if he's in the back, I think the problem with Troy or the Jeff Flero and the reasons why I have not picked him is sometimes the patience isn't there. He needs to let the race come to him. If he's in the back and he's listening to this, let the race come to you. Be patient and you'll get there. But I think that's been his biggest downfall and why he's been winless since the Eldora race. What was it, 2 seasons ago, I believe now. So I like the pick if he's starting up front. Guys, my number 2 pick. What do you got?
I kind of already mentioned it. I'm taking Surratt here because Steve said the last pick and I thought it was good when I really thought you'd have PJ at third. But
Okay.
I think he's taking Ben Wirt.
Because I'm not taking Brandon Surratt here. I'm not taking him number 2. And the reason why is this guy was a lot faster than Surratt when we looked at the stats in the summer season. He didn't finish well. Didn't finish well at all. I think he went 10 laps down. I think he got involved in a wreck. But if this guy can stay clean, he'll be right up there. And he was the fastest guy out on the track. Actually, he was the fastest guy in the feature. So, if he can produce that kind of results, I think you got Sean Stevens there at number 2. He's going to finish second.
Very good one.
good pick. Good pick.
Yep.
All right. Chris, number 1 pick tonight to win at Williams Grove. Everybody wants to know who you picking.
I mean, it's a complete no-brainer. I think Steve's stupid for putting him third. So, I mean, and I'm telling you, and I'm calling it right now, Ryan has the same guy at number 1. It's Ben Wirt. He's winning it again.
Love the pick. I love calling your brother out too. Steve,
I was gonna say, I mean,
call him out.
how can you not pick that? How can you not pick Ben? It was going to be a no-brainer. Because Troy Flero is winning this tonight, guys. I got him as my first pick tonight.
Okay.
I thought you said his dad was going to teach him something.
That's what I thought so too.
He's gonna tonight. I don't know.
Really?
I had to put both these guys next to each other because listen, 20 and 21st in the pill draw. I hope these guys start right next to each other the whole race. And we're going to be talking about something next week with these two after tonight. We just might.
I think if we look at this graphic, I think you accidentally put it backwards. I could see it if it was Ben Ward, Troy Flair, then Jeff Flair. Okay, no complaints there. But I think you got it flip-flopped. I think it's all just messed up there.
Did I flip-flop it? I thought I had Troy. I know I had Troy winning this thing.
Oh, you did, but I think you're wrong.
I asked him personally. I said, Troy, last week I asked him like 3 times. I said, who's winning this? He said he is. And he kept telling me. And I was like, okay, Troy, well, I'm going to put it as my pick. And he's like, okay, I'm winning that.
All right. Guys, who do I have as my number 1? Let me ask Steve Miller. Steve?
Ben Wirt.
Man.
No brainer.
I mean,
Steve
Ryan,
got it. Yeah, go ahead.
I know you're a smarter guy than Steve, and you don't have Ben Ward up there yet in your top 3. It's a no-brainer. You're
Absolutely.
a smart guy. You got it.
It's a no-brainer. A no-brainer. This is Ben Wart's track. He's going to get it done tonight. This is his. Steve, I cannot believe that we did not sweep the board here with Ben up and down that first position. This is his track. He's fast here.
I know it.
You gonna be
No
eating your
kidding.
words.
Steve's always picking Ben
like
Ward.
6
That's
times,
his
8 times
buddy.
last year.
And on the track he's most dominant on, he says, 3rd.
I love it. Guys, it's gonna be exciting. I think, Chris, I think you're gonna pick up 3 points there for the lead. I'm gonna pick up myself for 3 points there. Should be interesting to see where these second, third place guys are, because I really think Ben Ward is going to get it done here at Williams Grove. Guys, guess what time it is? Millertime Sunday.
Heck yes it is,
Let's
baby.
go. All right, we're going to see you guys over at Williams Grove here in about 30 minutes. We'll see you then.
See you guys.
Have a good night.
Welcome to Williams Grove, the Lucky Dog 30, week number 2 of Millertime Motorsports, the 305 Outlaw Series. Tonight's broadcast will be right here with the Dirt ITV station. I'm your producer tonight, Ryan Griffith. Your analysis tonight is Chris Miller. He'll be down in the pits all night long. We'll be able to get word with him as the night goes on. As always, if you're over on YouTube, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and hit the notification button to let you know that we are live every single time we go live on Dirt ITV. Also, go over to Facebook. Hit that like button, hit the follow button, and as always, hit the share button and share as much as you possibly can for tonight's 305 race at Williams Grove. We are also live tonight on Twitch. You can go over there and hit the follow button as well and watch us all season long in the 305 Sprint Car Series with Millertime Motorsports. On top of the leaderboard right now in the Hot Line sessions out there is the 47 machine of Steven Vogelsong. He's the quickest out there right now, and in that second spot, the number 3 machine of Troy Flero that set a quick time last week and a new track record at Eldora Speedway. Zach Dystra, he's coming back in here. He's in the 3rd position there. Looking for a better night tonight here in week number 2. Finished 11th last week in his debut with Millertime Motorsports. Looking for more this time. That 4th position right now in Hot Laps, Brandon Voiles. That would be King Brandon Voiles in the number 22. Double Deuce Motorsports. He's in that 4th spot right now in Hot Laps. And rounding out the top 5 in that 91 machine of Chris Sine. Chris Sine in that 5th position in the 91 machine. Dust Devil Racing. He's looking for more as well. Had a good week after an Eldora trip that seen himself inside the top 10 to start the season outright, and looking to capitalize more on that tonight here at Williams Grove. Take a look at the race trend analysis here at Williams Grove. We'll show this a couple times throughout the night, but this is your trend analysis here at Williams Grove. We see an average caution of 6 times around this racetrack, and your average best lap in a race is a 19.81. That's a 19.81. That's the best lap turned in a race here at Williams Grove throughout the Millertime Motorsports series. The average lead change, we see about 5. 5 of those lead changes happen here at the Grove. And there is your track record, and we'll be seeing if that track record gets broken tonight at a 19.389. That's a 19.389. That track record is set by Ben Wart, and Ben Wart set that track record back in the summer at Williams Grove at a 19.389. I've got Chris Miller. He is down in the pits, and I got to ask, Chris, does any of these guys think that they've got what it takes to beat that track record of a 19.389?
Well, Ryan, I'll tell you what, I've been out down there talking to a couple guys, and you got Troy Flero and Steve Vogelsong right now with a 19.101. Track conditions aren't going to be the same, but there's some fast laps being turned out there right now.
Absolutely. I'd say the guy to keep an eye on throughout qualifying session tonight is definitely going to be Troy Flero. And the Fleros has always been the ones that's really good in qualifying. And so it'd be interesting to see if they can beat Ben Wart's track record. But we got to remember that this track, we feel like it belongs to Ben Wart. And Ben Wart setting that track record last summer to 19.389 is not going to be an easy track record to beat. Let's take a few minutes to break away from the action. We'll be right back here in just a few moments. Welcome back to Williams Grove, the Lucky Dog 30, week number 2 of Millertime Motorsports, the 305 Outlaw Series. The best of the best 305 drivers are here tonight, and about every driver that you've seen in week 1 is here. We have one name that has joined the field tonight, that number 52 of Brett Tavener. He is a rookie driver and will be one to watch tonight to see if he's got anything for these fields. After week 1, we've seen Jason Nygaard putting it in victory lane at Eldora Speedway. Currently, right now, he is sitting 21st quick on the leaderboard in that number 2 machine. That's Jason Nygaard. He's an A-class driver. He's one that is a really fast driver, and I want to be able to step down there in pit road and see if Chris Miller has been able to talk to Jason Randolph today. I'm sorry, Jason Nygaard today. Chris Miller, do you have a copy?
Oh, yeah, Ryan, I got a copy. No, I haven't actually been able to make it over to Jason Nygaard's hauler yet. What'd you say currently sits 22nd, I believe?
21st right now on the hot lap session, so he's down there pretty far.
Yeah, going to be interesting to see what happens here once we get to qualifying. I know track officials tonight have said that they're going to let the track slick off as the night goes along, hoping not to have to water a whole lot tonight, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, so as you walk up and down the pits there here on Williams Grove on a beautiful, clear night, how do some of these guys feel like after week 1 coming in here at the Grove? I imagine most of them feel pretty eager and are ready to tackle the Grove.
Yeah, Troy Flairo, he's pretty confident right now. He's coming off a quick time at Eldora and then a second place finish there in the feature, and currently right here in practice he's tied for the quick time with Steven Vogelsson, and he said he promised Steve he was going to be the feature winner tonight.
Absolutely. It'll be interesting to see if Troy can get it done here tonight. We imagine he's going to be fast in qualifying, so we'll be seeing that here shortly. Tonight we also will have the front row challenge. Do you think anybody down there in those pits is going to take the front row challenge if they get offered it?
I think it's going to depend on how the drivers feel like the track comes in here during the heat race. Is it going to be one line? We're going to know the top qualifier's choice before we even see the heat races. And then we'll be asking the first heat race winner if they're willing to take it. If the top qualifier doesn't, we'll be asking them immediately. So they won't get the chance to watch all that. I'll tell you what, myself, I think it'll be tough here at Williams Grove to come all the way from the back to the front. But hey, it's worth $35 tonight.
I would be very interested to see, and if you can get over to Ben Wart's hauler, it would be very interested to say, and just ask him, you know what? This is your track. You're really good here. Everybody knows you're good here. If you get that front row challenge, would you be interested in taking it? I'd see what he says, because he is lightning fast here at the Grove. So I would get over to his hauler and find out if he's going to do that. Maybe even, if he says, you know what, I'll do that, be like, you know what, I'll go buy you a hot dog. Because I know, Chris, you're probably already over at the hot dog stand down there in Pit Road.
I am actually. I'm munching on one as we speak. So hey, I'll get over there to Word's Holler, and I'll pop back in here and let you know what he thinks.
Sounds great, Chris. We'll talk to you here in just a few minutes. Let's look at that track trend analysis tonight, and that's definitely one that you want to watch. That qualifying time, a 19.389, was set by Ben Wart. He's your track record holder right now. He set that last summer season 4. The previous one was a 19.410, so he just barely beat the track record. So be interesting to see if Ben Wart can match that time, or will any of these drivers be able to get even close to that time. We didn't think that Eldora Speedway was going to be broken, but it got shattered, and it was shattered late in a qualifying session. So if this is the first time that you're watching Dirt Eye TV, thank you for tuning in. We greatly appreciate it. And with the qualifying sessions, how we do it here is single cars go out onto the track. Tonight will be a little bit different where it is a bigger track. There will be a 2-car tandems out there at a time, 2 cars out on the track at once. We will call those qualifying laps as they get out onto the speedway. So we'll take a look at that and we'll show you what exactly the lineup is going to look like in qualifying for tonight. And the first group that's going to be out here in qualifying here, and this is going to start here in just a few moments, here in less than 8 minutes or so. You're going to have Sean Stevens and Ryan Ensinger. They're your first group to come out onto the speedway. And then the second group behind that is Joey Sainz and Jason Haynes. That third group's going to be Ben Ward and PJ Popham, and that's going to be one that you're going to have to watch. Ben Ward is your track record holder right now, so will we be able to set the quick time tonight? PJ Popham, no sleeper as well. They're in that third group. That fourth group coming out is Christian Swiler and Lance Jackson. That next group's going to be Bobby Smith and Jason Nygaard. Jason Nygaard being your winner last week. Brian Wax and Warren Samoy, teammates, is actually going to be grouping up into that next one. And then it's going to be Brett Tavener and Justin Givens. The next group behind that one's going to be Brandon Voiles and Greg Barnett. And then that next group, again, the Flaros are teaming up on this one. Jeff Flaro and Troy Flaro will be out onto the track at the same time. Steve Vogelson and Brandon Dikovic is going to be on the track at the same point in time. Next group behind that one's going to be Zach Dykstra and Chris Sine. Next group is going to be Aiden Spence and Brian Johnson. Next group, Gordon Ensinger and Jason Coffey. The next group is Kurt Schweizer and Pat Boyce. Randy Shreves and Tyler Blankenship being the next one. Larry Bell and Byron Gay. And then the last group to go out will be Brandon Surratt and Steve Miller. That will be your final one. And we do have one driver that has registered, but that is not drawing a pill. And so if he comes in, he will finish out the qualifying session. That will be Jason Ferguson if he shows into tonight's race. Currently, he is not showing into the race. So that's how your group will go out onto the speedway here in about 6 minutes or so. We'll get qualifying started and try to get through qualifying as quick as possible. Then we'll go into the heat races tonight, and your heat races are going to look something like this. You'll have an 8-car field in those heat races, 5 heat races tonight. Your top 4 will transfer out of those heat races. So top 4 will transfer out of the heat races. If you're outside those top 4, you're going to go into the B main. And the B main is going to be a tough one, 15 laps, and you got the top 4 coming out of the B main to the A main. 25 cars will make up your tonight's A main feature here at Williams Grove for week number 2 of Millertime Motorsports. Again, we're going to step away for just a few moments, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to the Grove. We are moments away from qualifying, just under 4 minutes until we do. It is the Lucky Dog 30, week number 2 of season 5 of Millertime Motorsports 305 Outlaw Series. The best of the best are here tonight to do battle here at the Tricky Grove. It'll be a good one to watch all night long. See if we got Chris down in the pits and see if Chris was able to talk to the man, Ben Wart, and see if he was going to take up that offer to go for the front row challenge. Chris. We do apologize. Chris has just now started the looks like driver interviews or driver meeting. So we'll get back with Chris here just momentarily. Chris has stepped away for that drivers meeting. Here's what it looks like here tonight at Williams Grove for the season 5 of week number 2 of Millertime Motorsports. Tonight's temperature, you're looking at a 73 degree, 84% humidity. A little overcast tonight with 6 mile an hour winds. So this is just over a half-mile track. The track temperature sitting right now at 73 degrees. It's going to be a good one tonight. As always, make sure that you go over and check out MillertimeMotorsports.com. That's MillertimeMotorsports.com. Check out what's going on over there. There you can see the grid, and this is what qualifying will see. You'll see this in qualifying, this tower there on the left-hand side of the screen. This is what you will see to identify where your favorite driver is landing in qualifying. As we said, the first drivers out onto the field tonight is going to be Sean Stevens. Sean Stevens and Ryan Ensinger is going to be the first 2 drivers to hit the track tonight. As we are just at 1 minute until qualifying guys has to make their final adjustments on their car, get it ready for this race tonight. As we are getting set for tonight's event at Williams Grove. Qualifying is about to hit the track here tonight with Sean Stevens and Ryan Ensinger going to be your first drivers out onto the speedway tonight. And again, that track record in a 19.389 is what we're looking at to see if that track record gets broken. As drivers' meeting has concluded, drivers have fired away into their cars. Ryan Ensinger and Sean Stevens strap on the helmet. We are about to go qualifying here. First car out there on the speedway, YOB Racing, CNC Race Design, CD Cinematography, LJC, Carpentry Pertec, Bernie Tasmania is Sean Stevens in the 26. Sean Stevens in the 26. Also out on the speedway, the number 13 car, the replica of grandfather's car, from Pennsylvania, the number 13 car of Ryan Ensinger. Sean Stevens' first lap out there at a 19.21. A 19.21. He's looking to be faster on this one here, and is not going to be faster. Next out on the speedway from Florida, the number 9 machine of Joey Signs. Joey Signs in the 9 machine. Next car roll out onto the speed from Drayton Valley, Canada, the Jiffy Lube. The Red Deer, number 66 of Jason Haynes. Jason Haynes in the 66 machine. First lap across the line at just 2/10 off of Sean Stevens. Next out on the speedway, the Rush Truck Center, Advanced Auto Parts, Digital Alley, Sage Fruit and Curb Records from Mufflinburg, Pennsylvania, the number 14 machine of Ben Ward. Ben Ward in the 14 machine. First time around was a quick time. Ben Ward with a quick time with a 19.17. Last lap was a little bit slower at 19.200. Next out on the speedway to number 32 of Pacer Signs and Design by Ford D&M Race Engines. Man Mortgage from Great Falls, Montana. Number 32 of PJ Popham. PJ Popham in the 32 machine. Across the line for the first lap at a 19.560. That is fifth quick right now on the board. Coming across the line for his final lap, trying to improve on that. That lap was quicker at 19.466. Still fifth quick on the leaderboard. Next car out on the sign, the Bitcoin from Dallas Center, Iowa, number 50 of Christian Swiler. Christian Swiler in the 50 machine. First lap for the 50 machine is a 19.463. Final lap for Swiler coming across the line looking for something faster. This lap was faster at 19.409. Next car out onto the speedway. The Dirt Visions RFC from Kingsburg, California, number 18 of Lance Jackson. Lance Jackson in a 118. Coming across the line to complete his first lap. That's going to be a 19.433. It's going to be fifth quick. Fifth quick right there on the leaderboard. Going to try to look for more here on lap number 2 for Lance Jackson. Lance Jackson powering through 3 and 4 to come to the checker flag this time. And that lap will be just a little bit slower than 19.435. Next car out onto the speedway, the Epperson Paint and Company PPG Painting and Coating from Plainsville, Indiana, number 98 of Bobby Smith. Bobby Smith in the number 98 machine. First lap for Bobby was a 20 flat. That's 8th quick on the leaderboard. Coming out of turns 3 and 4, looking for something more here. Needs more. That lap was faster at 19.689. That is still 8th quick on the leaderboard. Next out on the speedway, the Pit Logic app CSI Shocks Next Gen Fab Wicked Cushion and Dirt Armada from Metamore, Ohio. Then the 22 machine of Jason Nygaard. Jason Nygaard in the 22 machine. First lap for Nygaard was a 19.707, 9th quick right now on the leaderboard. Looking for more here out of this turn. That lap was quicker, 19.626. Next car out on the speedway will be the Centerville Smoke and Vape Shop, Bill's Donut Shop, West Side Sign and Design 3D Race, Swarp Speed Shop from Centerville, Ohio, number 14B of Brian Wax. Brian Wax in the 14B. First lap across 18 flat. Sorry, 19.678 and 19.678 for Brian Wax at the 9th quick. Second lap for Brian Wax was quicker, a 19.595. It's still 9th quick on, or 8th quick on the leaderboard. Next out on the speedway is going to be the Parker's Hangover Tactic 3D Racing West Side Sign One Shot Scrape and Recycling from Great Falls, Montana, number 77 of Warren Samoy. Warren Samoy in the 77 machine. First lap at a 19.476 for Warren Samoy. Next out on the track, the Imperial Concrete, Matt Chavis, McFarlane Custom Painting, and SPPM from Winchester, Virginia, number 52 of Brett Tanbener. Coming here out of 3 and 4 for his first lap. See if he can put a quick time down on the board. First lap across the line at a 19.529. That's 9th quick on the leaderboard. Next car to roll out onto the speedway. Going to be an ABR Double Deuce Motorsports from Kansas City, Missouri, number 12J of Justin Gibbons. Justin Gibbons in the 12J. Coming out of 3 and 4 to complete the first lap to see if this time is quicker. And a 19.421, that is quicker. That is going to be good enough for 5th quick right now. Justin Gibbons putting in a 5th quick time. That lap was even quicker at 19.386. That's 3rd quick for Justin Gibbons. Next out on the speedway, the ABR Setup Shop and Double Deuce Motorsports from Olive Branch, Mississippi. Number 22, King Brandon Voiles. Voiles in the 22 machine. Voiles' first lap was a 19.427. Looking for something faster on this one. That lap was faster at 19.392. That's 4th quick. Next out on Speedway, the Zepco Budweiser Dust Devil Racing from Lineman, South Carolina. Number 5 of Greg Barnett. Greg Barnett in the 5. Coming across the line for the first lap, 19.504. 19.504. It's going to set him 11th quick right now. He's going to have to look for more here out of 3 and 4 if he's wanting to be inside that top 10. He powers it out of 3 and 4, trying to look for more here. That lap was faster, a 19.440. That is 8th quick. Next out on the speedway, Oswaki Speedway from Cornwall, Ontario, Canada in the 0 machine of Jeff Flaro. Jeff Flaro in the 00. First lap for him was a 19.322. That was 3rd quick. He's looking for more here on his last and final lap to see if he could set a quick time. Across the line, it was quicker at 19.300. Next out onto the speedway, Sim Ability MPI SGR Motorsports from Cornwall, Ontario, Canada. Number 3 of Troy Flaro. Troy Flaro in the 3 machine. It was quick time last time and set a track record at Eldora Speedway. This was a 19.271. That's 3rd quick on a leaderboard. Troy Flaro, 3rd quick right now. Flaro to the bottom side of the racetrack. Going to exit out of 3 and 4. Looking for more here. That lap was the same time as his first lap, so he will not improve. Next out on the speedway, it's going to be an ABR Setup Shop, LGR Motorsports, the Red Line Race Design, Wrap and Stitch, Finish Line Repair, and CD Cinematography from Manchester, Pennsylvania, number 47 of Stephen Vogelsong. Stephen Vogelsong in the 47 machine. Coming across the line for his first lap at a 19.513. 19.513 is going to be 14th quick right now. Coming out of 3 and 4, getting the checker flag. This lap will be faster, a 19.473. It'll be 13th quick. Next car out on the speedway, the Boozy Bombs Jello Shots Montana Music Media from Billings, Montana, and the 406 of Brendan Dikovic. Dikovic in the 406. Coming across the line for his first lap. It'll be a 20.040, 19th quick on the leaderboard. Next car on the speedway, a Bitcoin from Central, the 12D of Zach Dykstra. Zach Dykstra in the 18 machine. Dykstra looking for a fast lap here on lap number 1. Coming across the line, 19.266. It's lightning quick, and it's going to be third quick on the leaderboard for Zach Dykstra. Coming out of 3 and 4, looking for more here on this final lap, and this lap's going to be slower to 19.315. We'll take his first lap. Next car out on the speedway, a CS Racing, Nonsters Media, Dust Devil Racing from Port St. Lucy's, Florida, the 91 machine of Chris Sine. Chris Sine in the 91 machine. Coming across the line for lap number 1. 19.597. 19.597 is going to be 18th quick right now. Final turn, final lap for Shine, and this lap is going to be quicker at a 19.438. 11th quick now on the leaderboard. Next car out on the speedway, a Camshaft Motorsports Anthony's Pizza McFarland Custom Paints in Gainsborough Market from Winchester, Virginia, number 19 of Aiden Spence. Aiden Spence in the 19 machine. First lap across the line at a 17.325 at a 19.415. Sorry, it was a 19.415. Aiden Spence 10th quick right now on the leaderboard, trying to get more out of that machine, coming out of 4 here for his final time. The lap was slower at a 19.492. Next out onto the speedway, an ABR setup shop, Double Deuce Motorsports from Waco, Texas, in the 121 of Brian Johnson. Brian Johnson in the 121. Across the line for his first lap at a 19.504. It's going to be 18th quick for Brian. Last turn, last lap for Brian Johnson to try and improve on that time. And this lap will be slower, 19.615. It's going to be slower for him. Next car out on the speedway from Sayers Percussion, Edway Erections and Company, and Linda Speedway from Higgins, Pennsylvania, in the 336 of Gordon Insinger. Gordon Insinger in the 336. First lap for Insinger to 19.877. 19.877. 23rd quick right now on the leaderboard. Final lap for Insinger is going to be a 22nd lap. It's going to be slower. Next hit the speedway is a Coffee's Farm Raw Athletics from Greensburg, Kentucky, number 7 of Jason Coffee. Jason Coffee in the 7 machine. Across the line for Jason Coffey is going to be a 20.124. That's 25th quick. Final lap, final turn for the 07 of Coffey. It's going to be quicker at 19.989. Next car out on the speedway from McLean, Illinois, the 89 machine of Kirk Schweizer. Kirk Schweizer in the 89 machine. First lap for Schweizer, going to be a 19.999. It's going to set in 25th quick right now. Final turn for Schweizer. It's going to turn a 19.767. That lap was quicker. It's going to be 23rd quick on the leaderboard. Next car out on the speedway is a Millertime Motorsports and Dirt ITV from Logan, Ohio, in the 41 machine of Pat Boyce. Pat Boyce in the 41 machine. First lap for Boyce, a 19.503. That's 19th quick right now for Boyce. It's a little high, gets into the wall there, and this lap will not count for him. Next car out on the speedway, a wrap and stitch finish line repair, CD cinematography, red line race design, ABR setup, and LGR Motorsports from Springfield, Illinois, number 56 of Randy Shreves. Randy Shreves in the 56 machine. First lap across the line for Randy Shreves. Going to be a 19.486. Going to be 18th quick for Randy Shreves. He's going to have to look for more here if he's wanting inside that top 10. Across the line, 19.474. A little bit quicker. Not going to gain any positions. Next car out on the speedway, a tow book, slow down, move over, iRacing, iFlag, FVRN, Just Blaze Design, and Smoky Storage from Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, the number 44 of Tyler Blankenship. Tyler Blankenship in the 44 machine. First lap for him, and a 19.718 is going to be 25th quick on the leaderboard. Final turn for Blankenship. This lap is going to be slower to 19.824. He'll stay 25th quick. Next car out onto the speedway is going to be a GSR Motorsports, Bell IT Solutions, Intel K1 Speed, and Wicked Energy from Fort Worth, Texas, number 53 of Larry Bell. Larry Bell in the 53 machine. To complete lap 1 at a 19.557. That's going to be good enough for 22nd position. Going to have to look for more here to try to get himself inside that top 20. Coming out of turns number 4, Bell is looking for a faster lap. This lap across the line is going to be slower to 15 or 19.585. It's going to stay 22nd quick. Next car out on the speedway is a Luke's Bar and Grill, Rachel Miller Creative, and Bluffton Golf Club, Hidden Creek Golf Club, and Millertime Motorsports from Spencerville, Ohio, in the 11 machine of Byron Gay. Byron Gay in the 11 machine. First lap for Byron is going to be a 20.107, 31st quick. Looked like he took the top side of the racetrack there. Second lap for Gay was faster at 19.766. Going to be 27 quick on the leaderboard. Next car out on the speedway is going to be an ABR setup shop, Raise Energy, Bell Motorsports, and Double Deuce Motorsports from Houston, Texas, number 73 of Brandon Surratt. Brandon Surratt in the 73 machine. First lap for Surratt was a 19.603. He's looking for more here on the exit of 4 to increase that time because he's 24th quick. He will not improve on that time. He'll be sitting 24th quick on the leaderboard. So your quick time tonight is going to be Ben Wart. Ben Wart with your quick time tonight. And he will automatically get his shot in the dash for cash tonight here at Williams Grove, as we will now get set for your heat races. So before we get to heat races, we'll pull Ben Wart into the broadcast booth and see if we can get a copy from him. Check and see if Ben Wart, do you have a copy?
Yep, loud and clear.
Ben Wart, you are tonight's quick qualifier tonight, automatically getting yourself in the dash for cash. Congratulations on that fast time. We do have a question for you now. Do you want the front row challenge tonight here at Williams Grove?
You know, I've thought it over and I've decided that I am actually going to spice things up. I will take the front row challenge.
Ben Ward is going to take the front row challenge. Congratulations. I hope you get some money out of this starting in the back.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do and try my best.
Good luck to you tonight.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
So there you have it. You're going to have your top qualifier tonight, Ben Wart. He was going to be starting on the front row, and now he was going to take the front row challenge. He will start at the tail end of this race and try to race his way up to the top spot to take home a little $35 tonight, a little cash prize. If he's not able to do it, that $35 will run over into next week, where it'll be $45 to win, and so on and so forth until somebody wins that front row challenge. Ben Wart going after it tonight here. So we'll see if he's able to do that. We'll get you set here in just a few moments for your heat race action. Here's how they will line up for week number 2 at Williams Grove. On the pole in this one, number 9 of Joey Sainz. He's from Florida. He's looking for his first heat race win tonight, and he's starting on the pole. Starting on the outside of him from Virginia in the 19 machine of Aiden Spence. Aiden Spence also looking for his first heat race win. Starting in that third position from the Plains, number 12 of Justin Gibbons. Starting fourth, the Aussie in this one, number 26 of Sean Stevens. Starting fifth from the Northwest, number 77 of Warren Samoy. Starting sixth in the GSR Motorsports, number 53, Larry Bell. Starting seventh from Indiana, number 98 of Robert Smith. And starting 8th from Pennsylvania in the 336 of Gordon Insinger. 8 cars, top 4 will transfer tonight into tonight's A main feature. 10 laps. 10 laps will be the distance tonight in all of your heat races. 5 heat races scheduled for tonight. And your top 4 will automatically transfer into the A main. Your qualifier, Ben Ward, he's already locked himself into the A main. He does not have to compete in any of these heat races. And he was taking the front row challenge. He'll be starting at the very tail end in the feature. So that means in your B main tonight, we're only going to take your top 4 cars out of your B main. It's going to be a tough one to get outside the B. So you want to make sure you're in the show right here off of these heat races. Lights are out on the iRacing pace truck. We have got the clear to go green flag racing out of turns number 3 and 4. Spence, Sign, Givens, and Stevens. The green flag is flying in the air at Williams Grove for heat race number 1. Givens taking it to the bottom side of that second position car there of Aiden Spence. Aiden Spence going to try to power on the outside. Now he's going to try to pinch him down. And Signs goes sideways, and there's cars upside down. There is cars everywhere. Mayhem on the front stretch. Cars on their top. Looks like Sean Stevens was able to flip his back over. There was cars everywhere. Warren Samoy is upside down right now. He's trying to get that car flipped over so he doesn't have to get that thing towed. Looks like he's the only one that's not going to be able to get flipped over. Joey Signs has got powered back up. Looks like everyone was involved in that. I think there was only one car not, and that might have been Justin Givens there. We'll have to see how they reset this lineup here. It's like Aiden Spence, he's putting her into pit road, as well as Sean Stevens. They're both in the pits in this heat race. Warren Samoy's in the pits. Larry Bell's in the pits. So 4 drivers already in the pits. Gordon Insinger is back here in the 4th now. He's in the catbird seat right now with a transfer spot. Robert Smith has no front wing. He is in a transfer spot as we speak. Justin Givens in that second position, and Joey Signs is in the top position right now. Sean Stevens has got his repairs done and has rejoined the group. Warren Samoy still in the pits. Larry Bell still in the pits. Looked like they had to take a tow. They're going to probably double file them up here. Get a complete restart here. Green flag's about to wave once again here in heat race number 1. Green flag is in the air from the flag stand. Joey Signs takes the early command with Justin Givens right on the back heels of him. Sean Stevens now goes to the inside of Gordon Insinger. Has taken that position away. He's 1 position out of the transfer spot in that 26 machine. Signs still has your race lead. Givens is getting a lot of pressure on the back end of that 9 machine. Now dips to the bottom side of the racetrack. Going to look underneath the 9 machine. Able to cross him under. Race is going to really heat up here for that 4th and final transfer position. Aiden Spence, Robert Smith on the top side. That's side by side for the transfer spot with Sean Stevens now going to try to take that position over. Down on the bottom side, he is taking the short way around the racetrack, and it seems to be working for Sean Stevens with 7 laps to go. They're side by side there for that 3rd position, and Sean Stevens will clear that. Back up front, Justin Givens has been able to get around Signs. And Givens has now got himself a little bit of a cushion now over Signs. Last lap, Sean Stevens was the fastest guy out onto the speedway. This time by, we'll see who's faster. This time by, Sean Stevens still faster than any driver out onto the speedway right now, and he's in third right now looking for more. 5 laps to go here, and Sean Stevens is on the move. He started in the back after this heat race early wreck. Had to go in, do some repairs, and now he's on the back bumper of the 9 machine of Signs. Closing back up to the back bumper of Signs, and Signs looks like he's maybe caught a little bit of Justin Givens. Now Sean Stevens, the bottom side of the racetrack. Now they're side by side for second right now. They make a little wheel contact there. Signs goes back to the bottom of the racetrack. Justin Givens is up front, but there's a lot of pressure now coming from Sean Stevens as they make wheel contact again. The 9 and the 26 make contact once again. As we come across the line, we're going to have 2 fingers in the air, 2 laps to go around Williams Grove. Sean Stevens back to the bottom side of the racetrack. Now he is side by side again with that second place car of Signs as Justin Givens is leading this one. Sean Stevens, the bottom side of the racetrack. Now he has cleared and got to the back bumper of the 12 machine of Justin Givens. Stevens now to the bottom side of the racetrack, going to try to power around on the bottom side. He is now taking the race lead over Justin Givens. Hard into the turn is Sean Stevens coming out of this turn. Sean Stevens is going to win this one here in heat race number 1. Wow, Sean Stevens, what a race you put on there in heat race number 1. A lot of mayhem there in the first turn, or the third turn, I should say, third and fourth turn of the first lap there. Cars went upside down. You had to go in and get some repairs, but you got the repairs. You started at the back, and you was able to claw away at them and get your heat race win. That had to mean a lot.
Yeah, it definitely did. Having to go and get a quick repair and come back out and start rear of the field. But, yeah, definitely was a battle getting back up there, but happy to get here.
Definitely look fast tonight. You're in the feature tonight. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Before we let you go, we have to let you know that Ben Ward has taken the front row challenge. He was your top qualifier tonight. He is starting in the back. What do you have to say about that?
Good luck to him.
Good luck to you, Sean. We'll see you in the A-Main.
Thank you, mate.
Here's how your lineup's going to look like in heat race number 2. On the pole from the Northwest, number 32 of PJ Popham. Starting second from California, number 118 of Lance Jackson. Starting third in the Double Deuce Motorsports, number 22, King Brandon Voiles. Starting fourth from the Midwest, number 18 of Zach Dykstra. Starting fifth from the Double Deuce Motorsports, 121 of Brian Johnson. Starting sixth from Ohio in the 114 machine of Brian Wax. Starting seventh from the Team Ty B, number 44 of Tyler Blankenship. And rounding out your field in this second heat from the Mid-South, the number 7 of Jason Coffey. We got the lights out on the iRacing pace truck. We are going green flag here out of turns number 3 and 4. You got Popham and Jackson on the front row. That second row, Voiles and Dykstra. Third row, Johnson, Wax, and the fifth, fourth, and final row of Blankenship and Coffee. Top 4 will transfer into tonight's A-Main feature. 10 laps will be the distance. As your green flag is out on the speedway, they hammer down Popham and Jackson. Contact with Lance and Popham there in the first turn. Lance Jackson drops clear to the back of the field after that contact. Popham, bottom side of the racetrack. Voiles gets loose. And that opens up the door for several of these guys back here for that fourth and final transfer spot right now. Ty Blankenship on the bottom side of the racetrack is going to try to take away that position. But Voiles powers back on the outside. He is taking that position back over as he has got that final transfer spot. Voiles has the final transfer spot in that number 22 machine. Back up front, PJ Popham leads this race, but Zach Dykstra is coming for him. Zach Dykstra on the bottom side of the racetrack trying to get in the heat race win here. Dykstra to the bottom side of the racetrack, going to try to look underneath of Popham here. Not going to be able to do it as they come down the front stretch. 7 laps to go. Popham now goes to the bottom side of the racetrack. There's a slider line. May open up the door for Dykstra to get a run down this back stretch. Dykstra to the inside, and here comes Dykstra on the bottom. Popham on the top, and they're side by side as they come across the line. PJ Popham get the momentum down the front. He'll stay on the top side. Dykstra all over the back bumper of Popham. Popham's going to have to really dig deep to hold up Dykstra. Dykstra's on the move there. He's the fastest guy out on the speedway right now. Dykstra to the bottom side, PJ Popham to the top once again. Dykstra now has that position as he goes to the bottom side once again. Now he has cleared Popham. Popham has now gave away that top position. Dykstra is now looking to set his eyes on the dash for cash tonight. That fourth and final transfer spot still belongs to Brandon Voiles. Brandon Voiles is in that fourth and final transfer spot. And Tyler Blankenship is 1 spot out of that transfer spot. Brian Johnson running third right now. He finished third last week at Eldora Speedway, and he's trying to close in on his teammate. Voiles is trying to close in on his teammate of Brian Johnson, as you see there. Those two are running the identical lap times, but Zach Dykstra is out there running his own race right now at a 19.58 right now. He is just blistering fast down on the bottom side of the racetrack. As this race is probably going to start to heat up here for that third and fourth position now. Brandon Voiles now to the bottom side, going to try to look underneath his teammate with 2 laps to go. They're both in the show right now. I can't imagine they raced themselves too hard here, as both of them has made it into the feature. Voiles now to the bottom side. Final lap for Zach Dykstra. Dykstra has worked the bottom side of the racetrack to perfection right now, looking for his first heat race win here in heat race number 2. Coming out of turns number 3 and 4, Zach Dykstra is going to get it done here, and he's going to be your winner. Zach Dykstra was able to get it in victory lane there in heat race number 2. It has to feel pretty good to get yourself a heat race win and get yourself into Dash for Cash. Tell us, what was it like out there with these guys?
Yeah, man, it was fun. I was worried how slick it was going to be, but seems like it was hooked up pretty well. Decided to start on the pole.
What do you think you have for him there for that Dash for Cash tonight?
Oh, I don't know. We'll see. A lot of good drivers. See what happens. Just try and keep it clean.
Good luck with you in the A main tonight.
Thank you.
Third heat race is hitting the speedway now, and here is how it looks on the grid. Starting on the pole in the LGR Motorsports number 47 of Steven Vogelsong. Starting on the outside of him is going to be from Florida, number 91 of Chris Sine. Starting third from Canada in the 66 machine of Jason Haynes. Starting fourth from Canada, the number 3 of Troy Flero. Starting fifth from Ohio, number 41 of Pat Boyce. Starting sixth, the BNS Racing number 73 of Brandon Surratt. Starting seventh from the Millertime Motorsports number 11 of Byron Gay. Starting eighth from the Northwest in the 406 machine, that's Brandon Dikovic. Lights are out on the iRacing pace track as they go underneath the bridge there on the backstretch. We're about to get the green flag and let them loose here out of turns number 4. Boyles, Sign, Flaro, and Haynes, your top 2 rows, about to do battle here in heat race number 3. Top 4. Top 4 will transfer tonight into tonight's A main feature. Green flag is in the air. Boyles takes the early lead. It's 3 wide back here for that 4th and final transfer spot. As here comes Byron Gay to the inside, looking underneath Flaro. Not going to be able to do it right yet as they make a little contact with Jason and Byron Gay. Flaro powers on to the outside of Byron Gay. Back up front, Steven Vogelsong is leading this one in the 47 machine, coming out of turns number 4. Chris Sign was faster your last lap by. Chris was a lot faster than your leader last time by in that 91 machine. He's looking to take over that top spot. Troy Flaro is fast as well, but not quite as fast as Chris Sign the last lap. This time by, you see Troy Flaro is now faster than your top spot. Flaro to the bottom side. Now going to look underneath Chris Sign. Coming out of turns number 4. They get side by side, but the power is on the outside for that 91 machine. Flaro back to the bottom side of the racetrack. This battle is going to really heat up for this top spot as we got 6 laps to go. 6 to go as they come across the line. We'll have 5 to go. And Flaro's on the move on the bottom side of the racetrack in that 3 machine. Steven Vogelsong now goes to the bottom side of the racetrack, says he has to do something different because these guys are coming. And here comes Chris Sign to the back bumper of him. That race is really heating up now. Troy Flaro is going to try to put it underneath both of them here as they come out of the turn. They're 3 wide coming down the front stretch. Flaro didn't know that there were 3 wide. Now Chris Sign has opened the door up for himself now on the bottom side of the racetrack. Troy Flaro is going to have to rebound and get back up there to get back in the mix here. As they're side by side for that top position, it's about to go 3 wide here in turns number 3 and 4. Flaro now on the bottom side of Chris Sign. He's got that position now. 3 laps to go, and Flaro is coming. Slider job there for Troy Flaro. Now Troy Flaro's on the top side, and Chris Sign's now on the bottom side. They've switched positions. Flaro now to the top side, going to try to power around Chris Sign. Is going to be able to do it here as we have 2 laps remaining, 2 laps to go. Sean, you got Stevens there that is leading this race, has now opened up his gap just a little bit here on Flaro. Flaro's going to have to really min if he's going to get in the dash for cash here. White flag is out onto the speedway. Final transfer spot now has been belonged to Brandon Surratt. Brandon Surratt now has that final transfer spot in that 73 machine. Exiting 3 and 4. Steven Vogelsong is going to be your winner here in your heat race number 3. Troy Flaro will finish in 2nd. Steven Vogelsong was able to get it done in heat race number 3. You're in the dash for cash now. What was it like out there racing with these guys? Seeing you change your line midway through that race, went down to the bottom. What do you think you have for them?
Yeah, just trying to watch behind me. I knew the guys were coming hard, and Troy's a great racer, and I love racing with the guys. So it'll be fun in the dash and see if I can pick the right line and keep up with the guys.
You're going to have yourself a good starting position in the A main tonight. Good luck to you.
All right, thank you very much.
Here's how your grid looks for your 4th heat race of the night. And starting on the pole is a LGR Motorsports number 56 of Randy Shreves. Starting 2nd from Carolina, number 5 of Greg Barnett. Starting 3rd from the Midwest, number 50 of Christian Swiler. Starting 4th from Canada, the 00 of Jeff Flaro. Starting fifth from Virginia, number 52 of Brett Taver. Starting sixth from Ohio, number 2 of Jason Nygaard. Starting seventh from Illinois, number 89 of Kurt Schweizer. And starting eighth from Pennsylvania, number 13 of Ryan Insinger. 10 laps going to be the distance once again here in heat race number 4. As your top 4 will transfer tonight into the feature. Lights are out on the iRacing pace truck. We have got the all clear to go green flag racing out of turns number 3 and 4. Shreves, Barnett, Swiler, and Flaro, your top 4. Green flag is in the air. Barnett gets a good restart there on the outside in that 5 machine, and there once again contacts made in that first turn. We've seen that all night long coming in that first turn. That bottom guy goes up and hits the other guy, and there's cars sideways, and man, they're like pinballs out there right now as Randy Shreves has found himself back in 3rd position. As Christian Swiler is the real winner out of this in that 50 machine. He knew how to play pinball when he was younger, and he was able to get through it. Right now, the final transfer spot belongs to Jeff Flaro, and he's going to battle on the outside of Randy Shreves and try to take that position away, and he's going to do it. Move Jeff Flaro up into the 3rd position, and he has your final transfer spot. Your final transfer spot belongs to Randy Shreves, and they about make contact coming out of turns number 3 and 4. Crossover move there for the 56 machine of Randy Shreves. Shreves the bottom side, trying to get a run on Jeff Flaro. Not going to be able to do it yet. Back up front, Christian Swiler has your race lead, and Brett Tevner is in 2nd. His first night out with Millertime Motorsports in that 52 machine. He has found himself in a transfer spot to make tonight's A main feature. Last week's winner, Jason Nygaard, is currently running 5th and is 1 spot out of the feature right now in that 5th position. He has got some work to do, and he's got 5 laps to catch a Randy Shreves, which is a really good race car driver, and you know he's not going to give it up lightly. But for Jason Nygaard, Jason Nygaard really likes to see what he sees in front of him with these 2 guys battling back and forth. You look on top of the wing of Nygaard. With 4 laps to go, is Nygaard going to be able to catch to the back bumper of the 56 machine of Randy Shreves to make it into tonight's show, or will he have to battle his way through the B main? Christian Swiler is way out front and leading this one by a mile right now. He is currently your fastest guy out on the speedway, Christian Swiler. As we are now 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go in this one. Christian Swiler is still leading this race way out front here in that 50 machine. Jeff Flaro takes it to the inside, trying to get to the inside of Brett, not going to be able to do it yet. Randy Shreves even looked to the inside, not going to be able to do it yet. White flags out on the speedway. Jason Nygaard is in jeopardy of being in the B main tonight. Last week's winner could be potentially in your B main. Christian Swiler coming across the line. He will be your winner. Christian Swiler being able to get it done there in heat race number 4 is a pinball effect there in the the 4th heat there. I imagine you played some pinball whenever you were younger.
Yeah, you know, to be honest, I don't even know what really went on. I just kept my head straight, just kept it to the floor.
Well, you got yourself set up for your Dash for Cash. Do you have anything for him there?
Well, we're just gonna go out there and race like we just did.
Well, you're going to be setting up good in the A main as well, having a really good starting position. We'll see you in the A main. Good luck to you.
Thank you, sir.
Time to show you your grid for your fifth and final heat race of the night. And I do apologize, there was not 5 heat races. There was only 4. 4 heat races out of this one. This is how your B main is going to stack up for tonight. On the front row, Robert Smith, also Bobby Smith in the 98 machine from Indiana. Starting in second, number 44 of Tyler Blankenship. Starting third from Ohio, number 41 of Pat Boyce. Starting fourth from Ohio, number 2 of Jason Nygaard. Starting 5th from Pennsylvania, number 336 of Gordon Ensinger. Starting 6th from Ohio in the 14 machine of Brian Wax. Starting 7th from the Northwest, number 406 of Brendan Dikovic. Starting 8th from Illinois, number 89 of Kirk Schweizer. Starting 9th from the Northwest, number 77 of Warren Samoy. Starting 10th from the Mid-South, number 7 of Jason Coffey. Starting 11th from Millertime Motorsports, number 11 of Byron Gay. Starting 12th from Carolina, number 5 of Greg Barnett. Starting 13th, GSR Motorsports, number 53 of Larry Bell. Starting 14th from Carolina, number 18, Lance Jackson. Starting 15th from Canada, number 66 of Jason Haynes. Starting 16th from Pennsylvania, number 13 of Ryan Ensinger. That concludes all of your drivers here in your B main action. iRacing pace truck lights are out. We're about to go green flag here out of turns number 4. Your top 8 will transfer into tonight's race. Top 8 will transfer into tonight's A main event. Be going green flag this time by. "15 laps will be the distance. Top 8 cars will transfer in tonight's A main event." Green flag is in the air, and Robert Smith gets your early command lead here. 44 machine of Ty Blankenship looking to the inside, makes contact with the 98 machine. These cars scatter everywhere. Larry Bell sideways in the back there. As now your leader turns it over to Pat Boyce. Pat Boyce is now your leader there in the 41 machine. Jason Nygaard now has found himself into that second position. Brian Wax putting himself in that third position right now. Yellow flag is flying out onto the speedway in your B main action. Greg Barnett is in the pits. Larry Bell as well. Putting it in the pits. We're under caution here. Caution is waved out onto the speedway in your B main action. If you look at the grid, your top 8 guys are in the transfer spot to make it into the night show. And right now, Bobby Smith has that final transfer spot. The guys below that are in jeopardy of going home. Get back, green flag racing. We'll have 13 laps to go with your top 8. Top 8 making it out of this B main action, as some big names are in this one, with Jason Nygaard being one of them in the B main. Just shows you the competition in these 305s. The best of the best in iRacing, hands down. We're getting the green flag to go this time by. Pat Boyce is on command here in that 41 machine with Jason Nygaard on the outside. Your top 5, top 8. Your top 8 is going to transfer out of this one. Green flag is flying out on the speedway. Pat Boyce to the top side of the racetrack. Jason Nygaard hot on the heels of your leader. Yellow flag flies once again out on the speedway in the B main action. A lot of these guys know that only 8 cars make it out of this, and there's 16 cars in it. A lot is riding on this. Some of these guys that are outside the top 8, some of them haven't missed an A main in a long time, and is really working to try to make themselves inside that top 8. We're going to get the 1 to go this time by. iRacing Pace Truck lights are going out on the iRacing Pace Truck. Green flag next time by. Boyce got the command. He's on the throttle early out of turns number 3. Jason Nygaard really pressuring to the back bumper of Boyce, as once again the caution flag flies in the B main action. We will step away just for a few moments to take a little break.
What do you
Welcome back to Williams Grove. We are under caution, third caution of your B main action. You're only your top 8's making it out of this, so 8 drivers are going to be going home. Several guys in jeopardy of going home, being Warren Samoy, Ryan Ensinger, Larry Bell, some big names down in here that's not used to being in that spot. Have now found themselves on the bubble of packing the trailer and going home early tonight. Lights are off on the iRacing pace truck. We're going to try to get it going once again. 10 laps to go in this one. Green flags in the air. Pat Boyce is on the throttle. 41 machine working the top side of the racetrack, way up there in the pebbles he was. Jason Nygaard closes the back bumper of him. While that's going on, big battle here for that third position. Jason Nygaard looking underneath for the lead, not going to be able to do it yet. Going back in here, Brian Wax and Robert Smith has gotten sideways, and that causes the caution. And Warren Samoy backs into a Gordon Ensinger. Gordon Ensinger hits the wall. Caution flag once again. Your fourth caution flag in a B main. I believe that's the most cautions we've ever had in a B main action. As officials are probably going to end up putting them single file as they're not able to get anything going here. As they all know, top four is advancing in this one. Folks, we'll be going green flag here out of turns number 3 and 4 this time by. Going to try to get it done here in the B main as your top 8 will transfer into tonight's A main feature. Next week, we'll be starting the recruiting race. The recruiting race is right around the corner. If you're wanting to be a 305 driver, you're going to be able to do that by getting into the recruiting race. Find out more. Go to Millertime Motorsports Facebook page, join the group, and find out more. Green flag is out on the racetrack as they went single file. Jason Nygaard on the bottom side of the racetrack had to get off the throttle because he had so much momentum. Brian Wax is working mid-track. He's in that third position. trying to work around Jason Nygaard that's right in front of him. Larry Bell has moved it back up into that 6th position and in the transfer spot. And in that final transfer spot right now, it belongs to the 89 machine of Kirk Schweizer. One spot out is Tyler Blankenship. He's in the 9th position, looking to try to make the feature tonight. Back up front, Pat Boyce is running away with it right now. Last lap by, he was the fastest guy out on the speedway right now. He was faster than Jason Nygaard. Yellow flag is once again out on the speedway, as this is the 5th caution of the B main. A little bit more on the recruitment races. That's going to be a 305 series. Those are just that, a recruitment race to make it into the 305 broadcasted race. We only take the top 40 drivers into the broadcasted race, this Outlaw series. The recruitment race is going to be the 305 All-Stars, and you have to prove yourself there to make it into the Outlaw series. The same goes for these Outlaw drivers. If they're not cutting it, they're reckless or just not being competitive, they will be stepped down, just like a minor league and Major League Baseball. It's going to be working the same way. So if you are not performing, you get stepped down outside the broadcasted race. So everybody wants to do their part to stay clean and be in this broadcasted race. The Outlaws. Go across the line this time by. We'll get the 1 to go. We're about to go green flag once again in this B main with 6 laps to go. We'll see if we can get her done here. Green flag is in the air. Jason Nygaard got a better restart there on your race leader of the 41 of Pat Boyce. Final transfer spot now is belong to Warren Samoy. Warren Samoy is got that final transfer spot as we have a caution once again. Step away for just a few minutes for a quick commercial break. Welcome back to Williams Grove Speedway. We still are under caution here, but we have got the one to go. We are about to go green flag racing here out of turns number 3 and 4. Pat Boyce still your leader. Green flag is out on the speedway. Boyce, Nygaard, 1 and 2. Brian Wax in that 3rd position. Final transfer spot belongs to Warren Samoy. Warren Samoy in that 8th position. Larry Bell has made it into this 6th position. He's in the show right now with Byron Gay. Byron Gay in the 11 machine trying to get around a Robert Smith right in front of him. Pat Boyce doing what he needs to do to get it done here in the B main action. The white flag is out, and he looks to hold on here for the lead as he's running the top side of the racetrack. Jason Nygaard's working the bottom side of the racetrack. Nygaard got a really good run there out of 1 and 2. Going to try to do it here out of 3 and 4. Not going to have it, as Pat Boyce is going to be your winner. Jason Nygaard 2nd, Brian Wax 3rd, Byron Gay 4th, 5th was Larry Bell, 6th was Greg Barnett, 7th was Bobby Smith, and 8th final transfer spot was Warren Samoy.
Ryan, as far as I can tell, your broadcast is not on.
Okay. Looks like we dropped from Facebook. We are still live from YouTube and Twitch. We will try to get that back up for you guys on Facebook here in just a few minutes. We're working on getting that up for you guys here in just a few minutes. Your Dash for Cash is about to come up here in just a moment.
I wish I knew what was next. I kind of spoiled myself.
Ryan, just let me know when we are good to go on Facebook, and I will get this Dash for Cash lined up.
Okay. You are good to go. I've got Facebook coming back up, folks. We do apologize for that. If you're watching over on YouTube and Twitch, sorry for the delay there. We're getting Facebook back up and going live again. We are ready for your Dash for Cash event. With the Dash for Cash event, it'll be a 10-lap race for a $10 cash prize there for your winner. Last week, Jason Nygaard was able to be the winner there. This Dash for Cash lineup is going to look something like this. On the pole, it's going to be Christian Swiler. The outside of Swiler is going to be Sean Stevens. Let me get the lineup here. Sorry, on the pole is going to be Christian Swiler. On the outside of him is Steven Vogelsong. The inside of row number 2 is going to be Zach Dykstra. Outside of row number 2 is Sean Stevens. And rounding out the field, the 14 machine of Ben Ward. Ben Ward being your quick qualifier tonight. He does start 5th. So we do look to go green flag this time by $10 going to the Dash for Cash here. Someone's trying to get their entry fee back. Green flag is in the air, and Christian Swiler takes the early command with Zach Dykstra trying to take over that second position on the inside, and he will do so. Dykstra to the bottom side of Christian Swiler, looking for the race lead. Dykstra still back down to the bottom side. Swiler goes really wide there and gives up the lead to Dykstra. Dykstra now leading this one in the 18 machine. Christian Swiler still taking the top side around 1 and 2, and it seems like that's not working for him. He's just losing momentum doing that. Dykstra back to the bottom. Ben Ward still not being able to get around these guys, and he's taking that front row challenge to try to win $35 and not being able to do anything right now. As Dykstra comes across the line, we're at the halfway mark. Sean Stevens now pressuring Swiler. Stevens working the bottom side of the racetrack very well. Still out front, it is Dykstra. Dykstra leading this one and is the fastest car out on the speedway by a mile. Laps down of a 10-lap race. Looks like Dykstra's gonna, as long as he doesn't make a mistake, and there's contact there on the back stretch, and Sean Stevens gets turned. And he's out of it. So that leaves Dykstra up front. Vogelson's in that second position. I'm sorry, Vogelson's not in that second position. Christian Swiler is, as we've got the white flag, 1 lap to go for Dykstra. Dykstra's in your race lead and has led the entirety of this race after he got past Christian Swiler. Coming out of turns number 3 and 4 to take the check flag, Zach Dykstra will win your Dash for Cash and win back his $10 entry fee. Now we are getting set for your A main action. As always, if you're over on Twitch and you have not hit that follow button over on Twitch, make sure you do that. We're over there live on Twitch right now. Also on Facebook, if you're new to us here on Dirt TV, Dirt ITV, we really appreciate you being here. Hit that like button, hit that follow button, and hit that follow or that share button if you enjoy what you're seeing. Also, over on YouTube, we're live there as well. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification button. And you'll be notified when we go live every Sunday for Millertime Motorsports 305 Outlaw Series. Also, if you're interested in becoming a 305 driver with Millertime Motorsports, just look them up on iRacing, Millertime Motorsports. And also go to Millertime Motorsports on Facebook, search for them, and ask to join. Look for Chris Miller or Steve Miller, the league owners. Talk to them today about joining 305 Series. Welcome back to Williams Grove. It is time for your A main, and this is how your lineup is looking for tonight's feature. Ben Wart will not be on the pole tonight. He has chosen to take the front row challenge to win some money tonight. If he can come from the back of the field to the front, he'll get himself some money. A $35 pot is on the line. If he's not able to, that $35 will turn into $45 next week, and so on and so forth until somebody wins that front row challenge. Starting in that second position is going to be Sean Stevens in the 26 machine from Australia. Starting third from the Midwest, number 18 of Zach Dykstra, and he'll move up one position and be on that front row. Starting fourth in the LGR Motorsports, number 47 of Steven Vogelsong. Starting fifth from the Midwest, number 50 of Christian Swiler. Starting sixth from the Plains, number 12 of Justin Gibbons. Starting seventh from Northwest, number 32 of PJ Popham. Starting 8th from Canada, number 3 of Troy Flero. Starting 9th from Virginia, number 52, Brett Tavener. Starting 10th from Florida, number 9 of Joey Sainz. Starting 11th, the Double Deuce Motorsports, number 22 of Brandon Boyles. Starting 12th from Florida, number 91 of Chris Syme. Starting 13th from Canada, number 00 of Jeff Flero. Starting 14th from Virginia, number 19 of Aiden Spence. Starting 15th in the Double Deuce Motorsports, number 121, that is Brian Johnson. Starting 16th, Double Deuce Motorsports, number 73, Brandon Surratt. Starting 17th, the LGR Motorsports, number 56 of Randy Shreves. Starting 18th from Ohio, number 41, Pat Boyce. Starting 19th from Ohio, number 2, Jason Nygaard. Starting 20th from Ohio, number 114 of Brian Wax. Starting 21st from Millertime Motorsports, number 11 of Byron Gay. Starting 22nd, LGR Motorsports, number 53 of Larry Bell. Starting 23rd from Carolina, number 5 of Greg Barnett. Starting 24th from Indiana, number 98, that's Robert Smith. And starting 25th from the Northwest, number 77, of Warren Samoy. It's time to see the most awesome sight in Millertime Motorsports, and that is the 3 wide salute. These guys, appreciate you guys tuning in and watching them all night long. It's 4 wide salute for you, the fans. We're going to be going green flag out of turns number 3 and 4 here in just a few moments for A-Main action week number 2, the Lucky Dog 30. Could it be a lucky dog for one of these drivers to get their first Millertime Motorsports win? We will see in just a few moments. Let us know in the comment section below, who do you picking tonight to win here at Williams Grove? See some Sean Steven fans out there. They want to see him get that checker flag tonight. How many Ben Wart fans do we got out there? How many PJ Popham fans? We haven't seen him in Victory Lane in a while. How about Justin Givens? It's about the time to go green flag racing at Williams Grove in week number 2 of Millertime Motorsports. Sean Stevens on the outside of row number 1 with Dykstra on the inside. We're about to go green flag racing here out of turns number 2. We're going to get the 1 to go this time by 1 to go now is signaled by the iRacing officials. The fans are on their feet. We are about to go green flag. We talked about it. There's your trends. We see about 6 of them in this race. We should see a best lap, average lap in a race is a 19.81. Average lead change of a 19.389. That was your track record. Average lead change of 5. The running order is not right quite yet. We had Larry Bell scored at a different position on the raceway. We're trying to get the lineup right, and once we do, we will drop the hammer for these 305s. 30 laps will be the distance. See old Ben Ward back here in the very back, took the front row challenge. He was starting on the front row. decided to take it to the rear of the field, and he will see if he can make his luck tonight in the Lucky Dog 30 and make it through the entire field and come away with a win. But there is some big boys up front. Sean Stevens and Zach Dykstra. Lineup looks right. We've got the one to go this time by. We are going to be going green flag racing. We're going to learn them loose. We're going to turn them loose this time by out of turns number 3 and 4. 1836 front row. Green flag is about to drop here at Williams Grove in week number 2. Green flag is out on the speedway. Dykstra to the bottom side of the racetrack with Sean Stevens to the outside. Going to try to get a run on your race leader here early on. Single double file all the way back here in the back, and it gets real tight on exit there at Williams Grove. And they look really good coming out of that turn. Christian Swiler into the inside wall, loses momentum, keeps it going, and now it's going to go 3-4 wide down that backstretch with Jeff Flero there in the mix. Troy Flero to the bottom side of the racetrack now. He's made up some ground. Caution flags out. Big wreck back here in the back. Involving Aiden Spence. Involving Jason Nygaard. Jeff Flero. Larry Bell. Several drivers going around, and Jason Nygaard is not going to like that. Being on a broadcast, flipping the car at a slow pace. He's now towed himself into the pits. As we will try to get you reset for your A main action here. We went a few laps there. Caution flag flew. Like Troy Flero was on a move there on the bottom side of the racetrack. Was looking good. Right now, it's all Zach Dykstra up front, leading the early parts of this race. Dykstra had a rough outing in the first week at Eldora, finished 11th, but he knew he could do better, and now he is sitting in the Catberg seat now at the top of this grid of cars. Like we've got some Dykstra fans in the house watching Zach try to put on a win here tonight. It's early in on this race. We still got a lot to go as they stack them up. Double file restart here. Sean Stevens going to try to get a better restart than they did last time. We're about to go green flag here out of turns number 3 and 4. They bunch them up. Green flag is in the air. Dykstra gets a good restart on Sean Stevens. Takes the early command down the front stretch and into turns number 1 and 2. Side by side action all the way through the pack. Everyone trying to get positions. Christian Swiler to the bottom side of the racetrack. Gibbons is on the top side, getting a big momentum run there on the outside. He's moved up a position or 2. Dykstra running his own line right now up front, running away with this one. Sean Stevens is in a close second there, but he is slower right now than your race leader, Dykstra. Here comes Troy Flero now. Troy Flero cutting the needle underneath of Justin Gibbons. Now going to the bottom side of the racetrack. That free machine looking underneath Stephen Vogelsong out of that turn. Sean Stevens trying to rip the top of the cushion, the same as what Dykstra is doing right now. As Dykstra's up front, leading this race in the last lap by. He was still their fastest driver out on the speedway. Good battle right here for that fourth position with Troy Flero trying to take it away. On the inside, they about went 3 wide coming out of that turn. Flero had to get off the gas just a little bit. Opens up the door on the outside for Justin Gibbons, and the yellow flag is out on the speedway, and Zach Dykstra did not want to see that one. Last time by, Dykstra was still your fastest guy out on the speedway at a 20.21. Sean Stevens there, second quick. We look at the Ben Ward that decided to take the front row challenge. The lucky dog isn't being so lucky right now as he's sitting in pit road right now. He was going to be starting on the front row. He's probably kicking himself for taking that challenge. They will get ready to get set to do a double file restart once again here. As they cross the line, they'll form the double wide restart as we are about to go 1 to go here. Justin Gibbons doing really well right now, up 3 spots in that third position, running very well right now for Double Deuce Motorsports. Brian Johnson just 2 rows back from him. And then 2 more rows on back would be Brandon Surratt. Voyle is involved in a wreck early on. He's out of this one. iRacing pace truck lights are out. We're going green flag out of turns 3 and 4. Dykstra looking for his first 3:05 victory in Millertime Motorsports. Can he get it done here at Williams Grove? Green flag is out on the speedway. He gets a good start here. Dykstra back to the bottom side of the racetrack. Does like a slider line in 1 and 2 out to the outside. Justin Gibbons gave up a position there from Stephen Vogelsong. And here comes Troy Flero on the bottom side of the racetrack as caution flag flies once again. Last lap by, your fastest driver on the speedway was Randy Shreves in that 56 machine. Keep an eye on that 56 machine as he's on the move now. He's up 8 spots in this race. You're on board with PJ Popham here. PJ Popham in that 7th position. Started 7th, currently 7th, hasn't really moved up any. We have got the 1 to go. We are going to be going green flag next time by. It's your leader, Zach Dykstra. His view, open, clean racetrack. Clean air matters a lot. And he has it right now. He's hoping for a good restart once again as the Aussie is right beside him. Green flags in the air. Dykstra gets another good restart there once again. 3-4 car length gap on him. Dykstra goes to the top side of the racetrack this time, something a little bit different than we seen earlier. Troy Flaro about to go, and once again, caution flag is out on the speedway. If you're over there on the YouTube channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that follow button for us. If you're over on the Facebook side, make sure that you've hit that like button, you've hit that follow button, and you've hit the share button. We greatly appreciate that. That is how we grow. We're looking to hit over 400 followers tonight. Only been doing Dirt ITV for about 5 months now, so we greatly appreciate all the people that have supported us through the way. Also, we are live over on Twitch. You can go there and follow us as well. Catch all the racing action, all race season. And next week we head to Knoxville for the throwback to the 80s. It's gonna be a fun one. Some of these guys may change up the paint scheme and go with a throwback theme. We shall see. It's going to be throwback to the 80s. Looks like the officials have decided that we are going to go a single file restart here. And Zach Dykstra will have the command here in this one. Green flag's out. Gets a pretty decent restart on Sean Stevens. Once again, 3, 4, 5 car lengths on him. PJ Popham and Troy Flaro, they went 3 wide out of that exit and they cleared it out. Popham to the inside of Flaro now out of turns number 3 and 4 with 21 laps to go. Flaro takes away the position. Flaro's up 3 spots now. He's in that, up 4 positions in that 4th position. Dykstra still leading this race. Sean Stevens trying to close in on him. But he's got a lot of pressure from Steven Vogelsong that's right on the heels of him. Look on board with Steven Vogelsong as he works the bottom side of the racetrack, gets way off the gas, then powers back out. There's Sean Stevens working the top side of the racetrack. There once again, gets way down into the slick, comes sliding back out. And there goes Sean Stevens once again on the outside. What line is going to prevail, we shall see, as now Troy Flaro is now pressuring to the inside of Steven Vogelsong. We go on board with Troy Flaro as he works the top side of the racetrack, really hits the cushion well up top. Now he's got to the outside of Steven Vogelsong. Now going to work to the bottom side and try to get underneath of your second place driver of Sean Stevens and go after your race lead. They're side by side coming down the backstretch. Flero back to the bottom side of the racetrack. Hits the wall and messes up a little bit. That opens up the door for Givens. Now Givens is on the inside, on the outside of Troy Flero. Givens still on the outside of Troy Flero. Troy Flero don't have it cleared yet. 16 laps to go. Troy Flero powers in there hard and hits the wall hard. Bounces off of it and causes mayhem behind him in that 3 machine. Because now that gap behind second is really gapped, as Sean Stevens is kind of all alone in that second position, and Zach Dykstra is in the catbird seat in the lead. Going back in here, Brian Johnson's moved up another position. He's in that 8th position. Everyone's kind of running the top side of the racetrack. The bottom side is wide open right now. Brandon Surin running 9th, and Randy Streets is in that 10th and final transfer spot. I'm sorry, 10th position. Last time by, Troy Flero was your fastest guy out onto the speedway, and he is now slowly catching the second place guy of Sean Stevens. And as they run right now, this is kind of how the picks was shaping up for most of us in the pre-race show. We figured Troy Flero would be in that 3rd position, Sean Stevens in that 2nd position. We figured Ben Ward would have been up top, but he decided to take the front row challenge, and that kind of hurt him really bad, as he's going to come home dead last in this one. He's already packed the trailer and decided to take it on home. He'll probably think twice about taking a front row challenge once again here, unless the money is right. And now the caution flag flies, as Troy Flero really like to see that, because Troy Flero is your fastest guy out on the speedway. He is actually faster than your leader, Zach Dykstra. So we are under caution once again. Once we get going again, we'll only have 10 laps to go. This race is nearly over. Zach Dykstra has led the entirety of this race, looking to take it home in the 305s to get his first official win in this series. Green flag is out on the speedway once again. Dykstra gets the good restart, as well does Sean Stevens. Gets a pretty decent restart as well, as they all go to the top side of the racetrack through 1 and 2. Dykstra still to the top side of 3 and 4. Sean Stevens gets into the wall just a little bit. That opens up the door for Flaro. Will Flaro go to the bottom side of the racetrack? No, he stays to the top side as Sean Stevens now tries to hit the bottom side and get a momentum run on your race leader, and he has. Stevens back to the bottom side of the racetrack once again to try to get a run on your race leader. And he has. He has closed in on Zach Dykstra that lap. Sean Stevens was faster than your race leader. Now they come out of that turn there side by side. There's a exit. Dykstra now goes to the bottom side to protect as Dykstra slides to the top side, opens up the door for Sean Stevens. They're side by side as they cross the line. The race is on now for your top spot. Troy Flaro working the top side. Sean Stevens works the bottom. Sean Stevens comes out of turns number 3 or turns number 2. And they were side by side. Stevens back to the bottom side of the racetrack. Dykstra on the top side. Coming out side by side once again as I come across the line. 5-6 laps to go this time by. Dykstra goes to the top side, opens up the door for Sean Stevens. Sean Stevens has now cleared Zach Dykstra. And here comes Troy Flaro to the bottom side. Going to try to pinch underneath. Not going to be able to do it. That opens up the door for PJ Popham. PJ Popham, where did he come from? PJ Popham's now in the mix. Sean Stevens back to the bottom side of the racetrack. Dykstra's committed to the top side. Side by side. Once again, they come down the backstretch. 5 laps to go as they come across the stripe lap. 4 to go. Sean Stevens down to the bottom. Hits the inside wall and opens up the door once again for Dykstra. Dykstra now takes the lead over. Sean Stevens back to the bottom side of the racetrack once again to get the run down on the bottom side. And he has it again. Side by side action up front. For 4 laps to go. Stevens to the bottom side. Easy's on the throttle. Back up. They're side by side coming down the front stretch. Dykstra has that lap. And 3 laps remain around Williams Grove. And Dykstra is working the top side really well right now. Dykstra, your race leader as of right now, but that bottom side seems to work if you can hit it right. And Sean Stevens comes out of that turn and closes the door once again. 2 laps remain around Williams Grove. Dykstra on the top, Sean Stevens on the bottom. It's going to come down to the final turn here. Sean Stevens now down onto the bottom once again. Troy Flaro's working the top side, trying to see if one of these guys make a mistake. They come out side by side, this time across the line. Final lap, 1 lap to go. Sean Stevens is in second, and Dykstra has your race lead. Dykstra kind of messes up on the top cushion, and that opens up the door for Troy Flaro. Dykstra is out of gas. Dykstra is out of fuel. And Sean Stevens is going to run on the bottom side of the racetrack and get your win. Dykstra runs out of fuel. Sean Stevens is your race winner. Troy Flaro in second. Third was PJ Popham. Christian Swiler comes home 4th. And Brian Johnson comes home 5th. And oh my goodness, Zach Dykstra finishes 19th, running out of fuel. There is how they finished, with Sean Stevens getting your win tonight. We're going to take a few minutes, take a little break. We'll be right back with you guys and talk to the top 3 finishers here tonight at Williams Grove. Welcome back to Williams Grove. Your winner tonight, Sean Stevens, being able to get it done. Troy Flair was in second. PJ Popham comes home third. And Zach Dykstra, which was leading the entirety of this race, looked like he ran out of fuel there late in the race. We'll see if we can gather up your second place finisher. It looks like we've got is Troy Flaro. Let's see if we can get Chris down there in the pits. Chris, have you been able to get in contact with Troy Flaro?
Right here.
I've not got in touch with him yet, but he is here in the booth with us. Let's go ahead and talk to Troy. Troy, second place tonight. It looks like Zach Dykstra runs out of fuel on the last lap. That's unfortunate for him, but what do you think? Second place.
Well, definitely wasn't a deserved second place, but battling through the field, coming up to the and finishing top, trying to keep everything clean was really fun. Sean's got some cojones, I guess you could say, on him, running the bottom. I tried it once there after running top all night, and one small mistake, and I was like, never again. So well deserved for him, and it sucks about Zach, man. It's really sad to see that he ran out of gas last turn.
Yeah,
I think.
Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, I think Zach had the car to beat all night long, and it's unfortunate that he ran out of fuel there. And Troy, you were running that high line just as good as anybody. But yeah, Sean was able to get it done on the low side.
Yeah, I don't usually hear that. Usually I'm the one running the low line, so that's why I'm saying props to him, man. He hit that mark every time.
Troy, I got to ask, whenever you did go down to the bottom side of the track, you made some gains, and at times, you was looking at times, and you was faster than your leader. What made you decide to go away from the bottom and go to the top?
It was just one lap where I hit, and if the caution didn't come out, I might have lost 2 or 3 spots. I believe it was when I was side by side with Givens for 4th and 5th, and I knew that if it happened again, it probably wouldn't be good for my finish. So I thought I'd keep it clean till the end, and I was hoping Sean would make a mistake. And then things just played out the way they did. It's just like, honestly, again, Zach's probably like punching the wall right now, but that really sucks.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on your third place finish. Is there anybody out there you want to thank before we let you go?
Yes, all you boys over at Millertime, I appreciate you guys. I'd like to thank 6 Speed Accessories for what they do. And other than that, I think I've touched all bases this week.
Well, congratulations on your second place finish once again, and we'll see you next week at Knoxville for the throwback to the 80s.
Thank you, fellas.
See if we can get in contact with Sean Stevens. Sean Stevens, do you have a copy?
Yeah, mate, I certainly do.
Sean, you looked really fast there when you decided that you had to go to the bottom side if you were going to make any kind of move on Zach Dykstra. And you had the momentum, and it looked like it was going to be like a photo finish there at the end. Unfortunately, Dykstra runs out of gas. You get the win. What's that feel like?
Oh, it definitely feels good, mate. It feels good to get a win. First win for the league. Absolutely proud with that effort. Yeah, definitely unlucky for him to run out of fuel towards the end. He would be punching the wall, I reckon, right about now. And yeah. No, I decided I didn't know where to put my wing. Actually, I was having trouble on where to put my wing because when I put it back, I felt like 3rd and 4th were gaining on me. But then I'd start putting it more forward and running the high line, and that was catching up to Zach a little bit. And then I decided to put it middle and run the low line, and that started to pay off. So I just decided to stick down there.
Yeah, so do you think that you had anything for him if he didn't run out of fuel? What was the outcome going to be like? You running the bottom, he running the top?
Oh, who knows? It could have been a photo finish for sure.
Absolutely. Hey, Chris, you were down there in the pits. What did you see as far as Sean Stevens working that bottom line?
Man, I'll tell you what, there wasn't very many people able to work the bottom, and Sean had it going on, and I think he would have definitely contended with Zach, if not got him. He actually had him there for a little while.
I've got a question for you, Chris.
Yeah, go ahead.
Got to have faith in me, mate. You picked me for the championship, but you didn't pick me in your top 3.
Hey,
Gotta
I'll
have
get you in
faith
there
in
some
me.
more. I'll
Hey?
get you in there some more. Look at that.
Hey?
You pulled off a win already, and we'll get you back in there.
I mean,
No worries, mate.
If I have to say anything, I had you second, which to me you were a second place car. Dykstra probably should have won. I had you in the right spot. I had Troy in the right spot. I mean, I'm golden this week.
Yes.
Well, congratulations on your win tonight and your first 305 victory of Millertime Motorsports. Is there anybody out there you want to thank before we let you go?
Yeah, definitely want to give a shout out to everyone at YOB, all the boys there. They get behind me all the time. CD Symptography, Pertec, CNC Race Designs. You guys for putting on the broadcast, and let's go. I'm looking forward to round 3.
Well, once again, thank you for joining in with the series, and congratulations again on the 305 first victory for you. We'll see you next week at Knoxville for the throwback to the 80s. We'll see you then.
Thank you, guys. See you then.
See ya.
We talk about throwback to the 80s. I doubt Sean even remembers the 80s. I don't even know if the kid was born. I think half the drivers in our field wasn't born in the 80s, but it's going to be a fun one. What do you think, Chris? What do you think we'll see next week?
Oh, man, I'm excited, but I feel so bad for Zach tonight. I don't even know what to say about that. And, I mean, that was his race He hadn't won. I think it would have been neat to see what Sean did there at the end, but man, I mean, Jason Nygaard here. What he finished 24th. So point standings. I mean, you're obviously gonna have Troy Flair right up there, but man, this is still anybody's. This is awesome.
Absolutely, it's anybody's race to be had, and yes, it just totally stinks. And it seems like every time we come to Williams Grove, it's something crazy that happens, and the leader never wins. The last time, Ben Wart gets involved with a lap car. iRacing scores him behind. This time, we get a guy that's leading the entirety of the race, looks really strong, runs out of fuel. What's the next thing we're going to see when we come to Williams Grove? I think we need to have it on Halloween or something. Make it a little scary. Guys, thank you for watching on Dirt ITV. We really appreciate it. Until next time, we'll see you at Knoxville Speedway. It's going to be a fun one there. We'll see you then.